Hi, my name is Paola and I'm here with my mom, Claudia. The date is May 24th, 2021, and we're recording this interview in Chicago, Illinois. My first question is, growing up, what was your family like?
Well, my family growing up to me seemed very normal. I have both parents, my mom and dad. I have an older sister and a younger brother. I fought a lot with my older sister. We didn't see eye to eye. Literally, I hated her. And me and my younger brother had more things in common. I was more of a tomboy. So, according to my parents, I was the crazy child, the middle child. So, I would get away with murder. My sister was a goody two shoes, and my brother was a boy. So, boys be boys, and girls do girl stuff. Somewhat stereotypical Mexican family, but also it's kind of weird. My parents were kind of like a trendsetter. They were pretty cool for being immigrants. Both my parents are entrepreneurs. My dad had a photography studio. My mom had a beauty salon. So both, I guess, were very artistic. I didn't see it that way until now that I'm older. But as if you, in hindsight, my parents were really like thinking outside the box, daredevils. They were risk takers. Everything that they have now is because they built on it and they worked on it. So growing up, they let me be me, but yet they try to be somewhat like traditional. Like you have to be a good girl, you have to have good grades, you have to no sex until you get married, that kind of mindset. But yet they let me go out, they let me party, they let me drink, they let me be me, but yet try to keep a leash on me, if you will, at the same time. But I think growing up, I had a healthy, fun upbringing, and I was very lucky.
What was the worst thing that you did that got you in trouble? And this could be like your whole life. It doesn't have to be when you're a kid.
I think I really disappointed my parents when I got a tattoo. I think when I got a tattoo, I was 20. I was in college. An ex-boyfriend of mine, we were already not dating, and he was into tattoos, and I'm like, oh, I want to get a tattoo too, and he took me, and we got a tattoo together, and when I was getting the tattoo done, I was like, holy crap. This is going to be on me forever. How am I going to hide this from my parents? I did it like on my lower back, thinking my parents won't find out. But of course, they found out.
Did you try to hide it from them for a while?
Oh, yeah. So the thing is, one of my good friends lived across the street. They had a Mexican restaurant. And I told her about it, and I thought it was so badass, So she told her mom.
Oh, no.
And her mom and my mom are good friends.
Yeah.
So, of course, her mom threw me under the bus, saying, did you know what Claudia did? So when I went home one day after, like, hanging out with my friend, my mom was like, first of all, they were making fun of me because it's the Aztec calendar.
Yeah.
So my dad would be like, what day it is? What day is it? And I'm like, what do you mean, what day is it? Let me see your back so I can know what day it is because it's the Aztec calendar.
Oh, my God.
So, I mean, they were upset, but, but again, they knew I was going to do what I wanted to do. But it's hard to disappoint your parents. Your parents want you to be a certain way. Your parents want you to be better than them.
Yeah.
And that's how I am with you. I want you to be better than me. But I don't think I ever did anything to really disappoint them. Than little things like this. If this was the worst thing I could have done, then it was the worst thing I did.
Yeah.
But I was lucky.
Awesome. What was your best memory growing up?
My best memory growing up were our car rides. So it's commuting. So my dad worked, in my mind, he worked 7 days out of the week because he had a photography studio. Back then, it was a lot of walk-ins. So we had a lot of customers coming in the studio, a lot of family portraits. a lot of weekend stuff like weddings, quinceañeras, baptisms. So I really wouldn't see my dad. But my mom doesn't drive. She never drove. So my dad would be our ride. So my dad would drive us to school or drive my mom to work when she had her salon off-site. So those car rides were memorable. Like our conversations, how's your day? How's it going in school? What's up with you and your friends? If I had a bad day, I would tell my dad. If I had a good day, I would tell my dad. So those were memories that good advice. My dad would always give me advice, even if I didn't ask for it. I think he does it with you too still. He's always advising us. So those are memorable. And I think key in any family is having communication. And my dad always boasted about him having a third grade education. He never went to high school. He never went to college. He learned how to read and write on his own, basically. He learned how to read and write English on his own. So his determination of being better just motivated me to do better too. And I think those conversations and those stories about him and his upbringing really stuck to me. And it hit a chord because I have no reason to complain.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your dreams for me?
Oh. You're gonna make me cry.
They're crying aloud in this interview.
I just want you to be happy. It's the simplest things in life that a lot of people don't have.
Yeah.
The little things like a family, love, happiness. Those are the true success in life. Money comes and goes. And that's one thing I learned from my dad. My dad would always tell me, Mija, money comes and goes. Don't live off what you have in your bank account.
Yeah.
Live off of what's in your heart and the people you surround yourself with. That enriches you. That makes you a rich person. And the value of that goes a long way. And I think we lived it. We've been through a lot together as a family. And I think really valuing the people who love you, really valuing life and appreciate what you have and make the best of it is important. My goal with you is for you to be better than me. Like learn from my mistakes, don't repeat my mistakes, and do better.
Yeah.
And that will give you success. Once you're happy and once you carry that positive energy, things just come to you. Success, money, your goals are achieved. You attract that positiveness. And that's what I want you to realize. Life shouldn't be difficult. There's no need for you to go through so much hardship to gain success. It's just making the right decisions and aligning yourself with good people.
Yeah. How do you think we're alike?
Girl, where do I start? We're both middle children. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We're both hard workers. We're both very determined. When we want something, we're gonna get it. I think we both like that. We're strong-minded, very opinionated, stubborn, smart. Let's not forget beautiful. We're both beautiful people.
Of course.
Good taste, creative, positive, loving, caring, giving. Am I just talking about myself? But no, and seriously, I think we both carry those traits, and I think those are very important traits to have.
And how do you think we're different?
I think I have more patience than you. You're very impatient. I think sometimes you're not as optimistic as I am,
Yeah.
I think I'm very optimistic, and I see the glass half full. Sometimes you see the glass half empty. I think sometimes you give up too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nicer than you. I mean, that can be a good thing or that can be a bad thing. But it goes both ways. I think you're very...
Yeah.
You show no mercy. You don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
Okay. Do you think the pandemic has changed your view on living?
Yes.
Like your everyday routine?
Before the pandemic, I think I was working too hard.
Yeah.
I think I didn't have enough time in the day to do what I have to do. I feel like I wasn't giving you guys enough time for myself,
Mm-hmm.
for my parents, for David. And I think I was spreading myself too thin.
Mm-hmm.
Pandemic made me grounded, made me reevaluate what's important. I love to cook now. Before I didn't. I love to be a housewife, which I wasn't.
Yeah. I
love to spend more time with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I love to just do nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it made me realize what really is important, which is family and the people I love, and work is secondary.
Good answer. Who is your biggest inspiration?
My parents. I think their story and their life and their background, very similar but yet very different between them two, make me realize that if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, not that I failed, but I think I made bad decisions because of optics or what I thought I needed to do. I married too young. I married the wrong person. And I really wanted to have that ever after relationship, be married for 50 years and, you know, live that life or give you that family, that family that I had.
Yeah.
And I feel like I failed in that way, but yet, I hope I can mend that. I'm working to do better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just, I wish I would have known things differently. And know that I have time. Like life is short, but yet you have time to make those important decisions. And I think I pressured myself that I had to do something at a certain time, by a certain age. I had to be married. I had to have kids. I had to have this. I have that. And I think I pressured myself too much where it made me make the wrong decisions. And now in hindsight, I realize I should have thought things through. And I think you girls see it now. And you guys won't make the same mistakes I did.
Yes. Okay, and your last question. How would you like to be remembered?
Oh my God. As a good person. Just general, as a good person. I'm not about myself. My thing is making other people happy. Being loving, being caring. Being a good person. And you don't see that anymore. Being kind to one another. Do good. My motto is do unto others how you want to be treated. So I treat people the way I want to be treated. I love because I want to be loved. I'm kind because I want people to be kind to me. I give because I want people to be giving. So I'm about karma. I'm about good energy. And I really believe in that. If you give out good energy, it's going to come back to you. If you're a really shitty person, it's gonna come back at you.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset. It's like, be good, do good. And if people cross you, they'll have their day coming, you know what I mean? But your conscience is clear, and that's my take. You know, you need to be a good person to everybody.
Yeah.
Don't be judgmental, don't be hating, you know, because you know, you don't want people to hate on you, and you don't want people to judge you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this interview with me.
Well,
Really appreciate it.
I love you, and I'm very proud of you.
Love you too. Thank you.